How about those special effects? That spaceship flew over, I thought I was getting a brush cut.
That might be an improvement.
So, what'd you think?
I thought it was non-stop, mindless violence.
Everything a movie should be.
Well, I, for one, was quite drawn to the costumes.
Costume?
Yeah, I found it.
And the emotional landscape painted by the acting was delicious.
Acting, they could have been robots.
They were playing robots. What'd you think?
Well, you know, Ray, I couldn't really hear it.
There was a huge sound, Fraser.
Well, exactly. My ears are somewhat more attuned to the silence of the northern forest.
You're living in a city, Fraser. Come on, adjust.
Well, I'll try.
Look at that. Still at it. I bet you didn't see 5 minutes of the movie.
There's something to be said for young love.
Yeah, it sucks.
I think it's beautiful.
How would you know?
Don't worry, I'll make it.
I agree.
What?
Well, that man, he seems to be taking an undue interest in that young couple.
Well, he's probably a security guard. Takes them for shoplifters.
They don't look like shoplifters, Ray.
Well, he's a security guard, and so that's sort of like a cop. He's got instincts, and, you know, he thinks it's a cover, and they're shoplifting.
You know, I'm a police officer, and I have instincts, and my instincts tell me that they're not in a store and there's nothing to steal.
Ah, good point. Taken.
They're on their way out.
Fraser, car's this way. Fraser.
I believe he's following his instincts.
They're outside, let's go.
See? The guy's gone the other way.
Apparently they were unrelated.
Let's go. It's cold out here.
Ray!
In the car. Let's go.
Leave me! Hey, leave her alone! Jamie! Jamie! Jamie!
Eloise!
Calm down.
They got Eloise!
It's all right. Get her back.
Eloise what? What's her last name?
I don't know, I just love her!
Beautiful.
Okay, you love her, but you don't know her last name. How does that work?
Well, we met at the mall
When?
last week.
Last week. Oh, so this is a long-term thing.
Yeah, you think this is funny, man?
No, but it would help if we knew something about her.
Okay, we met at the mall last week. We went out a couple of times, and she was just, yo, from the first time I met her, man, I knew she was the one. You know what I mean? I knew she was special. It's like no one ever let me feel like that. Never.
Love at first sight.
Romeo and Juliet. Tristan and Isolde.
Abbott and Costello.
He's talking about love at first sight, which does happen. Happened to me.
That's a crock. Lust at first sight, maybe, but love, no, never happens.
I'd have to agree with the lieutenant. What we refer to as love at first sight is actually just a combination of chemical reactions triggered by pheromonal stimulation.
Say what?
It's about how you smell.
Oh, that is so cynical and so wrong. I mean, Fraser, what do you think?
Well, there was a lot happening, and the boy was holding onto the bumper, which partially obscured the license plate, but I do know it was a white 1996 Cadillac four-door sedan, and the first three letters of the plate were HAP.
Okay, well, I'll just go check that out then.
But I do think it happens.
You have any proof of that, Constable?
He was willing to lay down his life for her.
Yeah, I know it sounds like really ridiculous, but she never really talked a lot about herself.
Look, you don't know where she lives. You don't know who her parents are, where she works, or where she goes to school.
Yeah, but I know she was unhappy, man. You know, she never really liked her life much.
Unhappy, is that all she ever talked about?
No, we talked, all right, all the time.
About?
What about us? About the future?
Well, the thing is, you really can't love someone until you know them.
Sure you can. The hard thing is to love them after you know them. Who's the rose
Okay, looks like I got 3 possible matches here, Frisch.
A dentist in Bellwood, a plumber in Park Ridge, and the Unfettered Evangelical Church of the Holy Bible.
Holy rollers.
Well, actually, sir, the term holy rollers properly refers to the evangelical Pentecostals of the 19th century.
Whatever, it's still just a lot of yelling and jumping around.
Anything else to help us identify?
She's pretty. She got a great voice, and she got a great Southern accent.
There's the car.
Sir, you needn't...
No, Fraser, I've been behind a desk too long. This is exactly what I need. Field work gets the blood pumping.
Team car? Very possibly, Ray. These handprints may well have been made by Davy as he was dragged all over Hell's Half Acre.
Exactly.
Hey, back to the line.
Deacon Baker, I think you should probably stay here. No, it's not discrimination. It's
Health regulations.
health regulations. It's a very interesting example of ecclesiastical architecture. Inspector, are you all right?
I don't know. I feel kind of tingly.
Tingly, sir.
Flushed. My knees feel kind of weak.
Oh, my God. She's alive!
Thank you. That was beautiful. A special thank you to our guest. We always have a place here for another beautiful voice. Brothers and sisters, lift your voices and praise the Lord.
So maybe we should come back later.
Actually, I think the administrative office is right through there. Someone may know about the car.
Praise Him with joy. Put it there. Welcome. Welcome to the Unfettered Evangelical Church of the Holy Bible.
Thank you.
Church is making me nervous.
It's an odd reaction.
Well, I'm more of a human sacrifice kind of guy.
Oh, yeah.
Lift your voice. Let him hear you.
Ray.
What?
It's this way.
We can move mountains. We can heal the sick. We can live miracles. You know, there are people who think that miracles are nothing but old stories from the Bible.
God bless you.
Well, thank him kindly.
Well, we can always use more volunteers.
My dad said never volunteer for nothing. Chicago PD.
Miracles are proof of His love and charity.
Oh, I am sorry. I thought you were here to help with the collection.
Collection?
Yeah, from our radio audience. They like to contribute to the ministry, so we have phone volunteers to help take those donations. It makes them feel like they're actually here at the service.
Miracles are ours for the asking.
You own that white Cadillac out there?
Well, the church owns a number of vehicles.
We have reason to believe that a young woman may have been abducted by men who were driving that particular car.
Well, this is a church. Constable, is it?
Yes, my name is Constable Benton Fraser, Royal Canadian Mounted Police. I'm sorry.
We don't go around abducting people.
Oh, that's a commendable policy.
Well, she's a young girl about 5'3". She's really, really beautiful. It's got long blonde hair, and there's something about her so special.
You know this girl.
Oh, I love this girl.
Okay, whatever. See, the point of the fact of the deal is we got to find out who's driving that car.
Well, I don't imagine anybody was, Detective, because we're having a survey.
Let him hear your voice. And God.
Okay, do you have a record, a vehicle log, anything like that?
No.
Would you mind if we just had a look-see?
Well, this is private property, Constable. But we don't have anything to hide. I'll be happy to show you.
Hey, there he is. Hey. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. PD. Up against the door. Come on. Yes, ma'am.
You know this man?
Why, yes, he's one of our larger assistants.
Assistant, you just kidnapped the girl off Maitland Street.
Eloise. Yeah, Eloise, yo, you heard me.
Eloise is my daughter.
Blessed by the Lord. She can perform miracles.
Here's your statement. Read it and sign it. Okay, so you had no idea she knew this guy that put her in the car?
I'm telling you, I never seen him before.
She never mentioned it. Okay. This is your permanent address, right?
Yeah.
Forget it. All right, let me get this straight. The guy.
Addie. His name's Addie.
Okay, Addie. When Addie put you in the car, it was of your own free will.
I wanted to stay with Davy, but it was time for the service. He came to get me. It's his job. He's not in any trouble, is he? Kind of like him, huh? I know it's wrong.
No, it's not wrong. I mean, you know, he seems like a nice-looking guy, kind of sweet.
It's wrong for me. I belong to God.
What do you mean, like a nun or something?
I've been blessed. I can heal the sick.
Really? I mean, for real? Not, you know, fake or magic or something?
I can do it.
Wow. That's great.
No, it isn't. I mean, I know it's a gift and all, but to be perfectly honest, it's real hard. I don't have much of a life of my own, and I thought with Davy, I don't know why God gives me these feelings if they're so wrong.
Well, couldn't you just, you know, heal people and have a boyfriend too?
I have to be pure.
Oh. Wow. That's really too bad.
I should never have talked to him, gotten to know him, and this wouldn't be so hard.
Have you, known very many guys?
I've been raised up in a church all my life. He's the only one.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought.
She confirms his story.
That's good. So, you can let us all go now, Lieutenant?
Yeah.
take him outside and finish the paperwork.
You're lucky we don't sue you for false arrest.
I saw him grab your daughter, Reverend, and he did not do it in a very friendly manner.
Well, Eddie takes his responsibility very seriously.
Perhaps a little too seriously. You might want to speak to him about that.
Eloise is a headstrong young girl who needs a firm hand.
Kids in the washroom, let's go get a coffee. Can you believe this? I was just talking to the guy at the radio station that run the church service. Did you know that they get over 1 million listeners every week?
The Filtered Church of the Holy Bible gets 1 million listeners?
Unfettered.
Unfettered, unfiltered, whatever. 1 million listeners. Each one of those guys phones in for $1. That's $1 million a week. That's a scam.
Not everyone is going to phone in, though.
Hey, they're not going to be listening if they're not going to phone in.
Not necessarily. You watch PBS?
Yeah.
They never get phone-ins.
Addie's a known felon. 3 assault convictions in Mississippi.
A long time ago, Detective. Addie has been with us from the very beginning of our ministry.
One of our first converts. Sometimes lost sheep make the most fervent believers.
And sometimes people who like to hit, they just like to hit.
Okay, let's say half of them phone in, right? Just for $2. That's still $1 million.
If half each give, what, $10? That's $5 million. That's not bad.
See, religion is the way to go.
Go.
Yeah, think about it. You and I are going to be cops forever, you know. Listen, we can make people feel good about themselves, cure a few hemorrhoids, make a few bucks. Everybody's going to be happy.
What are you trying to start a religion now?
Yeah, it's like country music. How hard can it be?
Whatever happened to that comedy club idea we had?
This is easier.
There goes my man.
Comedy, religion.
That kid should not have been within 100 miles of Eloise.
Davey was doing nothing wrong.
Your man had no right to assault him, Reverend. Being this is a family thing and a bit of a misunderstanding, we'll let it go for now. But tell your man to keep his fist in his pocket next time.
Yeah, we will do that.
You tell that boy to stay away from Eloise.
Oh, nice.
It's not uncommon for parents to be protective of their daughter.
Especially when she's a miracle meal ticket.
Eloise.
Hey, Davey.
Eloise, we can go now. Eloise.
Hey!
Eloise!
No, Davey. You can't see me. You gotta stay away from me.
Eloise, no, I can't do that.
Step up.
Don't touch her. Stay away from her.
Take it easy.
If he comes near me again, I swear to God, I'll shoot him.
You're pretty tough with kids and dogs. How about me? Come on.
He went after me first.
You keep him away from me and my daughter.
Daddy.
Right now.
You keep him away. You keep him away. I won't be responsible.
Let it go, detective.
You okay?
Fraser's here, all right? You know, she is such a nice kid. I feel really sorry for her.
Why?
Well, she never goes out. She's never been to school. Her parents keep her locked up in that church all the time. What kind of life is that for a kid? I mean, really, what kind of parents would do that?
You finished? Are you done? Look, I'm trying to help. Here's the deal of the thing. She's 17. Her parents don't want you hanging around, so you got to stay away from the girl.
I can't, man.
Look, I know what it's like to be in love and lose the girl. You think that your life is over, but it isn't.
How would you know?
Because it happened to me.
Yeah, what'd you do?
Well, this and that. And then I got...
What?
I got married.
You didn't even lose no girl, man.
Yeah, but eventually I got divorced.
So what, you get over it?
Look, the point is, look, you keep hanging around there, she's gonna press charges. Look, I pulled your file. Drug possession, break and entry, shoplifting.
I was a kid, man. I was 12 years old.
Look, that doesn't matter. Mr. and Mrs. Reverend file a complaint, you go down.
Looks like they started in Georgia.
And at the age of 7, she apparently cured a deaf woman.
Yeah. After that, the Reverend's church thing really took off. Went from a traveling tent show to a huge radio ministry in 5 years. Now they're looking at TV.
Well, isn't that very expensive?
Yeah, but when you got thousands of people mailing you money every week. You think she's for real, Frase?
Well, a number of people seem to believe she is.
Doesn't matter. Let's go, Fraser.
Where are we going, Ray?
Follow the kid.
Why? He didn't do anything.
Preventative policing. He's gonna go see the girl. We're gonna stop him.
Preventative policing?
Can you do that?
It might be a violation of his rights.
What the hell with his rights? He's gonna do something stupid. Nobody has the right to do something stupid. Well, except, well...
He doesn't mean that, Francesca. Thank you kindly.
Anytime, Fraser.
He's not coming, is he?
Well, it's after hours, Ray.
Oh.
Let me go. Just try. Come on, stay back. Not first. Oh, no. I told you to stay away. He killed him.
No!
Boy, kill Daddy.
No! No! No, Candy!
Davidson Abelard. Yeah, he's got a record. Put out a picture in an APB. No, not much doubt. The murder weapon was...
He came in the door, and I don't know what was on his mind. Maybe he wanted to kill us.
Then what?
I just
He
can't
had this
believe it.
terrible look in his
I mean, Eddie has been with us from the very beginning. He is as much a part of the ministry as any of us.
You said there was a fight?
Yes. That boy was lurking in the doorway, and then Eddie grabbed him, and they came into the room fighting, and that boy stabbed him and ran.
Eddie was a good man.
Excuse me, what is that?
A newspaper clipping. Dead guy had it in his wallet. It's a funeral notice from Arkansas. Probably his parents or something.
Thank you kindly. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, but I believe he recognizes you from outside the theater.
I don't think so.
Yes, I believe you were carrying a walkie-talkie. You were following Eloise.
Yeah, I look out for her.
I see, along with this gentleman.
Yeah, that's right.
And are weapons necessary in your line of work?
She's very important to the church, and it's our job to protect her.
Eloise, go to your room.
We're licensed and registered.
Boy.
I see. Will you excuse me?
And, Eddie, pull back. And, boy stabbed him in the back, cut and run.
Excuse me?
Hang on a sec. I gotta ask you a couple questions.
What were you doing? Nothing. It all happened so fast I couldn't even move.
Come in.
Are you all right?
Davy was always so gentle. So nice to me. He just couldn't kill anybody. He couldn't.
But your parents saw it happen.
I know. But how can I be so wrong about him? About everything.
It's difficult to know people, particularly if you lack experience.
It's all my fault.
No. You know, you can't be expected to predict the future.
Davy will come back. I know that. He'll want to see me. He'll get into trouble with Elliot and Sandy.
And they're the men who look after you.
They're okay. They're like Addie.
Former criminals.
Lost sheep.
They kind of scare me. I couldn't stand it if David got hurt.
I'll do what I can. Good day.
Fraser, we can't just sit there and wait for the kid to show up.
Well, she does have a point, Ray. He's powerfully drawn to her.
Yeah, well, he's in love. I get that.
Well, I assume that you don't want Davy to be hurt.
I don't want anybody to get hurt, but he stuck a knife in somebody and we gotta catch him.
Well, when you're hunting, Ray, the best policy oftentimes is to wait for the game to come to you.
Well, that's great, but this isn't a criminal drive-through. We gotta go out and get him. Anything about the family?
Yeah, his parents are dead, his aunt and uncle haven't seen him in 3 months, and he lives on his own.
They got any idea where he might be?
Nope, they didn't seem that close.
How about where he worked?
Works for a shipping company downtown. Everyone says he's a loner, stays to himself. His boss says he's a good employee, though. Never any trouble.
Francesca, any known associates?
Known associate. One Jimmy Lewis. They got busted together 4 years ago.
Okay, so we just gotta find Lewis, shake him down and see what he knows.
Yeah, well, it won't be hard to find him. He's been in Joliet for the last year.
Hey, do you know anything about this? So how long before the game shows up?
Hunting requires patience, Ray.
Go, Thatcher, go.
She does seem powerfully drawn to the music, as though it touched something deep within her.
I do believe in miracles. I do believe.
Pray that God's Spirit will come down and bless us today. Pray that through His grace we will see a miracle done. Ellen has not walked in 10 years. Her doctors have done everything they can for her, but they have failed. Only a miracle can take her out of that wheelchair. Pray for a miracle.
Pray for the bountiful mercy of the Lord God our Father.
God will reach out through Eloise and touch this poor, troubled woman. Get up, Ellen. Get up and walk. Oh, praise the Lord. Let us give thanks to God for the miracle that we have seen today. I do believe. You do believe. We all believe. We believe in miracles. We believe in the miracle that
It was very inspiring. And these are all of you.
Mom and Daddy got more pictures of me than you can shake a stick at.
No baby pictures. My mom had pictures of me when I was a week old. I hate that.
When did you perform your first miracle?
When I was 5, I saw God.
You saw God?
He came to me in a fire.
Must have been very exciting. And the miracle you performed today, the woman just didn't seem to walk very far.
Yeah. And she was real excited. Maybe she can even walk a little. Probably doesn't usually. But what with all the fuss and wanting to be cured and all.
So she may have been able to take a few steps.
It was a fake.
Or maybe there was no way she could have gotten out of that chair. No way she could even move her legs. That was a real miracle.
Is that what you believe?
When I was 5, I touched a blind woman and she regained her sight. That's true. They've always told me that. I've made deaf people hear. I've stopped cancers from growing. I've done that. But I don't know why it happens or when it's gonna happen. And it sure doesn't happen once a day and twice on Sundays.
So some of the miracles are not quite so miraculous.
You know much about Babe Ruth?
The chocolate bar?
No, the baseball player. He only hit 59 home runs in a 162 game season. That's not even one home run every 2 games. You think I can do better than that? You think miracles are easier than home runs? Dad says we have to do it to keep the ministry going.
To keep the cash flow going.
To keep the faith alive. Money's a means to an end. Make my daughter's gift available to the world. Eloise, you go to your room.
Yes, sir.
Don't cast your doubts on her mind. You have no idea of the damage you could do.
With respect, sir, I think the doubts are already there.
Do you have any idea what a delicate thing her gift is?
The gift of making money?
If you choose not to believe, I can't help you. But we bring miracles to people who need them. The world needs that.
Is that guy for real?
Interesting to find out.
Davy.
Thank you kindly, Francesca. And anything else you find out would be greatly appreciated.
Now what with the hunting?
I think perhaps a little tracking's in order, Ray.
Tracking?
This is a high-top cross trainer with a full-court press tread.
Uh-huh.
It's a kind of running shoe, the kind that Davy was wearing.
Well, he was here last night.
Well, true enough. But this track wasn't here when we went into the church. I would have noticed it.
You would have noticed it. There's thousands of tracks here.
That's a very distinctive tread.
You can tell what he had for breakfast?
No, in order to do that, I'd have to pick through his stool.
It's disgusting, Fraser.
Davy, run!
Eloise, come on.
I'll go with him.
No, I forbid it.
I'm going. Maybe I can help him.
He's a murderer, Eloise.
He's innocent, I know it.
You know nothing. Nothing about life, nothing about the world, nothing about that boy. Leave him be.
If anything, he's lost shape. I know what about those.
Can't hurt her now, Reverend Barrow, and she may be able to help.
Then I'll go too.
No. You've done enough.
Maybe it would be better if you gave her some time alone.
I'll go along with her, Reverend.
Would you, my dear? Make sure she comes to no harm.
Yeah. Franny finally got a hold of the aunt and uncle. They're not coming. But they wouldn't mind if we were to call and let him know how he's doing. How is he doing? Doctor said he's going to come out and tell us.
Now, you know, Ray, surgery does take time.
I've been praying to God, but he won't answer me.
You know, it has been said that God does answer prayers. He answers each and every one. That's just that oftentimes the answer is no.
Well, he's never said no to me before. He always comes through in a fire. He can't let Davy die.
And Davy's a strong boy. Eloise, you said that Davy was innocent.
He didn't stab Eddie. They were fighting for the knife. He dropped it and he ran.
And you know this because...
He told me.
I see.
No, you don't. You think he lied, but he didn't. He would never lie to me.
Ray, there's a couple of things I should look into.
I'll wait here and regulate his progress.
Good. Will you stay here?
Okay, I got everything starting from the big miracle at age 7.
So odd. Eloise said the first miracle occurred when she was 5.
Well, who remembers what happened when they were 5? I don't even remember what happened when I was 17. Well, except for one thing. But anyway.
Well, it was a miracle, Francesca.
Yes, it was. Oh, well, okay, but hers couldn't be much of a miracle because they didn't even report it, and they report everything down south. Miracles being top of the list, and fires being the number 2 attraction. This is the obituary the dead guy was carrying. The young couple died in a house fire.
The fire occurred when Eloise was 5.
What is it, French?
Just looking for a miracle, Francesca. A miracle occurred in McKinley, Arkansas, in 1984.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I think you do. A 5-year-old girl cured a blind woman.
I don't have to listen to you.
You know, your story and your husband's differed slightly over Addie's death. And at first I put that down to confusion arising from shock, but I think you and I both know it was something else.
Detective Vecchio.
How's he doing?
He survived the surgery. Frankly, that was a miracle considering all the blood he lost.
So he's gonna be okay?
Well, it's a little too early to say.
Can I see him?
Are you a relative?
Yeah, she is his sister. Adopted sister.
All right. We'll have him in a room shortly.
Thank you.
You gonna be okay?
Yes. Can he stay?
Yeah, but you're gonna have to sneak him into the room because I don't think he'll pass as a relative. Vecchio.
I assume I have the basic parameters correct? Yes, Ray, Mrs. Barrow is prepared to make a full statement. Right.
They weren't just ignorant trash. They would have squandered that beautiful jewel that they were given by God.
I see.
Elliot. I'm in the quarters. Get everybody over here, quick.
Perhaps we should go. Oh, dear. I imagine you've thought this through clearly?
Yeah, I believe I have.
Sandy, it's too late for this.
Shut up.
You know, sir, at the moment it doesn't appear that you're involved in any serious criminal activity. Perhaps it would be wiser to keep it that way.
Well, it seems to me that Addie was on a pretty serious gravy train. Now it looks like I can get me a piece of that.
By eliminating me.
That's good thinking.
I see. Well, he has thought it through clearly.
Get him! Listen to the voices of God in song. Listen, even as He listens. Listen, children. Listen to the... Listen to the love in the voices.
Not really sure.
Tell them a story, son. You know how to do that.
May I? Ladies and gentlemen, Brother Albert, I'd like to tell you a simple story. Well, a not so simple story, actually. It's a story about sin.
Sin is good.
My son. The sin of greed. If there are any among you out there who believe that the sin of greed is something overlooked by the heavens above, then you are wrong, for they see everything and overlook nothing.
Now repent.
And this story is one that Brother Albert knows well. It's a story of Eloise, a young girl who's performed miracles right here in this hall of God. No, Brother Albert, please stay with me. You can help me tell this story. As you know, there was once an itinerant preacher out of Arkansas, a man who was small in faith, but great in his greed, so great in his greed that he stole from his God. One day he met a 5-year-old girl named Marcy Davenport who could make the blind to see. And this man realized he could exploit her gift, that he could profit from it, so he did the unthinkable. He stole her. He stole the miracle girl and he set a fire that killed both of her parents.
That is a patent untrue. That man is lying. Disgusting lies stuffed in a red crimson bed.
It's a tunic, actually. There was a witness to his dark deed, a blackmailer who bled the man dry even as the young girl made him rich. And then one day he saw his chance. The blackmailer was struggling with an innocent young boy. And so this false man of God rose up and slew the blackmailer. Now, we all know who this man is. We all know what he has done. The law can only punish him for his crimes, but a higher power will punish him for his sins.
There's nowhere to hide, Reverend. You've been healed.
He's really made a miraculous recovery.
Really? You mean like a real miracle? You're not just saying that? Like somebody'd say like the Immaculate Reception, like that?
You know, what I mean is I'm his doctor, and I don't know why he's still alive.
And that's pretty strange?
Well, I don't know about that. I'm not sure why most of my patients survive.
Medical humor.
Guys, they seem to have quite an unusual brother and sister relationship. Perhaps you could try and get them some help.
Yes, Doctor. Yeah, we will. Thank you kindly.
So is she for real with this miracle thing?
She believes she is. The events in the past, it's hard to say.
What about him? Is she safe?
Possibly. He might have recovered anyway, but she did give him a reason to live. That's important.
Young love. Cute, but it won't last.
It might.
Never.
It's possible.
No.
Occasionally.
Not on my planet.
Deep believes it will.
High winds, northern sky will carry you away. You know you have to leave here. You wish that you could stay. Torn directions on this map, but you're only going one way. That's the way I'm going. South. South of my traveling shoes are now all the way.
You've been dogging us for months. We told you all we know. You're insane. You know that? We already said all we gotta say.
Now get the hell out of here. We want to drink in peace.
Yeah.
You haven't got many friends here. Clear out.
You think you could? Think you could shoot a woman?
I've done worse.
You might hesitate.
Possible.
That might be something to consider.
I never cared too much for those boys anyway.
And it seems like you don't have many friends here either. You're gonna tell me what happened.
You wouldn't shoot us.
Wouldn't I?
She would, you know she would. We don't know nothing. We didn't see nothing.
Give it up, Eddie.
I swear to God, we weren't there.
What we said to the Mounties? That was what the Torales told us to say.
Oh, please don't. Hey, that's not loaded.
I was afraid of what might happen if it was.
No! Oh, please, Bobby, no! Oh.
Thank you very kindly for your help, boys.
Let's see more of that, you know.
I got nothing of value on board here.
Relax, Jake. I just want to ride.
Yeah? Where to?
Cross the border.
Why's that?
I don't want to answer a lot of questions. I just want to go. Will you take me?
Maggie, I got a quarter a ton of head cheese piled up in the hold here. I get it. But of course, you know what they say about head cheese. It's real durable. You've never been away from home, have you? So why now?
I'm going hunting.
Hunting?
Hi.
Oh! Hi, I'm a constable. Well, obviously you are also a constable. My constable name is Constable Benton Fraser.
I'm Constable Maggie Mackenzie from Inuvik.
Oh, Mackenzie, the name is familiar.
Well, your father and my mother were friends. I certainly know your name. You're infamous in the North.
Oh, yes, well. So what is it that brings you to Chicago, business or pleasure?
Neither. I'm on the trail of two men, and I thought you could help me. These two men are killers. The Torelli brothers. I heard they were in Chicago and had some time off. Thought I'd come down and try and find them.
Somewhat unusual, isn't it? Pursuing something like this on your own?
The third man, the victim, was a hunting guide. He was one of the most decent gentlemen I've ever known. Sometimes a crime is just so bad you can't let it go. You ever feel that way?
Frequently. It's just that if these two men are murder suspects, it may be more prudent to pursue this through official channels.
Officially, they had an alibi, but I know if I find them, I can prove they did it.
I see. You see, in my position,
I understand. I understand. You have no reason to get involved. Everything I've heard about you, thought you might be able to help. Thank you kindly anyway, Constable.
Don't let her go, son.
It's none of your business.
I guess I feel it is.
Oh, no, I didn't mean you.
She looks just like her mother. God, it takes me back. I feel like a kid again. Well, 50.
Is there someone else here?
In this room, you mean? No.
I thought I heard someone.
No, it's just...
Wonderful woman, Ellen. Many Zenaida sheltered in her cabin. It was long after your mother was gone, son.
I have a friend. Here, have your bag. I have a friend in the Chicago Police Department. He may be able to help us.
Sure, I mean anything. I mean anything at all. I mean, Fraser, we have always been here to cooperate with the Mounties. Is that not right?
Yes, right. We've always had a very good working relationship.
Yeah, well, that is the thing, relationship. I mean, you got to know the person you're working with. Like go out for dinner and drinks. Later, naturally, after we find that stuff you need.
Right.
Fraser, what's with the wolf?
I think he feels unnaturally protective of Constable Mackenzie.
They're not the only one. You got a picture of these guys?
Yes.
You know the funny thing? I have never met a Mountie girl before.
What about Inspector Thatcher?
What about her? Oh, yeah.
Hey, let's off the hardware.
Francesca, meet Constable Mackenzie.
Hi.
She's trying to get some info on a couple of guys.
Mike and Mark Torelli. They're brothers?
You and Frase friends from up north and everything?
We just met today.
Oh, really? Because you look closer than that. How long you been a Mountie?
5 years.
Oh. I'm on the waiting list for the academy.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, the uniforms are nice because, they're black and that's always slimming and elegant, whereas your uniforms are kind of make a statement,
Yeah, they're an attention getter, all right.
Yeah.
Whether you want them to be or not, they're
kind of like when you're having a bad hair day.
Or trying to sneak past a cougar who's standing between you and some drinking water.
Yeah, I hate that.
Wow, I just came out of my coma. Can you do a little work, Francesca?
So, do you think you're going to be transferred down here to the windy city of Chicago with some...
No. I wouldn't last a week in the city. In fact, I'm finding it hard to breathe right here, right now.
Well, that's probably because you don't have enough air. Why don't you guys give her some air? Some air. A couple of cretins here have done time for assault, armed robbery. 5 years ago, you would have found Mark and Joliet and Mike and Sing Sing, but there's nothing current.
What about an address?
Well, according to this, they live in Green Bay.
Green Bay. Damn.
I've got an idea that might be good and interesting. Why don't you look up known associates in Chicago?
Yes, that is good, Ray, and it's already done. Tommy Ellis was a cellmate of Mark's, and he's living in a rooming house on Sherman.
Okay, let's go rattle his chain.
Well, Ray, there's no reason for you to trouble yourself.
Fraser, it's no trouble. In fact, it's my duty.
Yes, but, well, this is unofficial, and I'm sure you have other cases.
No. He's got nothing. He's free.
My thoughts exactly.
Right. Well, shall we?
Thank you kindly.
So, Yukon Territories. So what do you do up there at night to stay warm?
You know, Ray, it's the Northwest Territory, or the Yukon. I kind of thought you might have had that straightened around in your brain by now.
That's it, son. She could be the best thing ever happened to you. Don't let the Yank cut in.
You mind?
Mine? Look, Fraser, I'm more of a big picture kind of guy, okay?
That is the big picture, Ray.
You could do worse. The two of you could get some land, put up a cabin, nothing like four walls to make a man feel trapped, but happy and content.
What's she doing talking to old Rosie? Is that some sort of Canadian thing?
Oh, I'm sure she's not doing any harm.
No. You know what? I'm going to come back later. I'm going to show you how it's done.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
You didn't give her any money, did you?
No.
That's good. Look, I'm a charitable guy and all. It's just that old Rosie, I mean, you give her stuff and it just encourages her. And she's go around, start asking people, and someone will get annoyed, and eventually we'll have to ask her to leave.
No, I just gave her advice.
Advice? Sorry. After you.
Thank you.
Okay. Tommy Ellis?
Yeah.
Chicago PD.
Is that the police band?
No, sir. My name is Constable Benton Fraser, Royal Canadian Mounted Police. I first came to Chicago on the trail of the killers of my father. And this is...
I heard that. I've never known if it was true.
I'm afraid it is, yes.
Did you catch them?
I did, yes.
I have to tell you how much I admire that kind of determination.
Oh, thank you. Thank you kindly.
Are you working for, like, World's Weirdest Videos?
No, they're Canadian.
Oh.
Look, I've got a couple questions I want to ask you. You know those guys?
Yeah, I did some time with Marky.
What for?
Driving.
Traffic violations?
Yeah, speeding. Away from a bank job. Wrong place, wrong time. Who's the other guy?
The man they killed.
Wouldn't know about that. I haven't seen him since I got out.
I see.
Look, you got no right to touch me.
I'm sure Constable Mackenzie means no harm, Mr. Ellis. Just relax.
Scared, Tommy?
Hell no. It's just that...
You said you hadn't seen them?
That's right. Not in years. Look, you know this isn't normal. None of you are normal. You want to take my pulse again and get a warrant.
I'm normal.
Pig's eye.
He's lying.
No, not.
Very probably.
Most certainly. I'm 99.4% accurate.
Accurate?
I know when someone is lying.
Well, that...
It's not surprising, Ray. I imagine you monitor pulse, galvanic skin response, respiratory rate, much like a polygraph.
Better. Look at the eyes. So much to be learned from the eyes.
Hey, eyes,
My mother taught me how to spot a liar.
Oh.
The best question is, what are we going to do about it?
Well, seeing this is off the record, we won't be able to get a warrant, but I might be able to pull a file in the morning and see if I can squeeze them on something. So, are you hungry?
I'm actually tired.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll give you a ride back to your hotel.
Don't have a place yet.
Oh, hey, I got a lot of room in my place.
Actually, Ray, I think she'd probably be more comfortable at the consulate.
Who'd want to stay at the consulate, Fraser?
Well, I do.
I mean, besides you.
That's fine. That's fine. And thank you very much for your offer.
Shall we? Stop that.
I'll sleep out in the hallway, and you can take the cot.
Oh, no. I'll take the hallway.
No, I insist.
I don't want to put you out of your bed. I prefer the floor. You know, back home I like to sleep out whenever I get the chance. So that's... Thank you.
Stubborn. Like sleeping on the ground, just like her mother.
I'm sorry?
Sorry?
Did you say something?
I did? Oh, I did. Up with the sun. Up with the sun, I said.
Up with the sun. Up with the sun. Always.
Right. Good night.
Night.
Good hearing, too. She's got everything.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. You'd keep her up all night with your snoring. Oh, thank you. Right.
Maggie? Constable Mackenzie? Where? Oh, it is sticking up. Good God.
Constable Fraser?
Morning, Constable Mackenzie.
Morning.
I'm just, I have a head. I mean, I have, my hair is, well, I mean, I slept on my head. Well, not on my head because,
You know, in the words of Joe Obodiak, a hat can cover a multitude of sins.
Joe Obodiak from Eagle Creek.
Why, yes, you knew him?
Well, yeah, my mother used to tan a moose hide for him every winter.
terrific sense of fashion for a blacksmith, old Joe.
Yeah.
I see that you're, well, you're out of uniform.
I didn't think it was appropriate under the circumstances.
Ah, true enough, true enough. Well, perhaps, would you like to go out for breakfast?
I usually like to have pemmican.
Oh, I wish. And you know, you would think that in a city of 7 million souls that one of them might have had the presence of mind to desiccate a little meat, but no.
I happen to have some.
Pemmican.
Mm-hmm. Tried it myself last year. You'd like some, too.
Oh. Nothing tastes like that.
You must miss home, eh?
Oh, very much, yeah. Oh, well, of course you...
Just came from there.
Just came from home.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Constable. This must be a real inconvenience for you.
No, not in the least. Not an inconvenience at all. And, you know, you don't have to call me Constable. You can just call me Benton or Fraser. That's my name. Well, Benton is my name.
You'll never get anywhere like that, son. I know it's not easy, but try and relax and be yourself. In fact, try and relax and be someone else.
Were you just in the closet?
She talking to me? She seems to be talking to you.
You can see me?
Yes, of course.
Holy moly, great Scott.
My God, you look just like Bob Fraser. He looks like I mean, I only saw you a couple times, but I've heard about you forever. But I guess you're older, eh?
Old and dead doesn't do a lot for you.
You're dead.
Not entirely alive.
Oh, he's quite dead.
It's damned odd she can see me.
Very odd, very odd.
Have you seen my mom?
No. I was hoping to run into her. Never have.
Pemmican?
You know, if I could suggest that we step into your office, Dad. Right this way.
Tea, Turnbull, tea at 4. Sir Ellsworth Smythe is arriving from London, England, this afternoon.
Wow, a night right here in the consulate. How many for tea, sir? Will he be alone, or will he be accompanied by his squire?
Get a grip, Turnbull. Elton John's a night, for God's sakes. It's not what it used to be.
Just the same, sir. I'll wax the round table.
And then she sees the grizzly. She reaches down, grabs me by the hood of the parka, throws me up in the tree. I'm 3. I'm hanging to this rotten old branch with one hand. She's down on the ground, right eye to eye with Mama Bear. They must have had some kind of understanding because an hour or so later, she just let us be. Not a minute too soon. I couldn't have hung on one more second.
You turned up naked at the Innovic Soap.
Perhaps Constable Fraser is playing a book on tape and doesn't want to be disturbed.
Constable Fraser was born disturbed, Turnbull. Now get out of my way.
So we ran buck naked straight into the middle of the Innovic Annual Social and Water Bill. There, chasing. Gotta makes a fellow homesick.
Yeah, breaks your heart.
Oh, dear.
Duty called, son.
Constable Fraser.
Dr. Thatcher, I'm sorry.
For?
I'm not sure. This is Constable Mackenzie, Inspector Thatcher, and Constable Turnbull.
Pleased to meet you. Hi.
Are you here officially?
Or unofficially?
Constable Mackenzie is here on the trail of some suspects, sir.
In your closet?
At the moment, yes.
Why wasn't I informed?
It's a personal matter, ma'am. Constable Fraser's just helping me out.
Personal, I see. I trust this won't interfere with your duties?
Oh, no, sir.
Good.
Pemmican?
I couldn't possibly.
I see why you like her.
Inspector Thatcher and I have a purely we should get back on the case.
Good idea. I have a lead.
Oh, good. You do?
Yes.
Well, we should follow that lead.
Sorry.
You did what?
I went back and talked to Tommy Ellis. He gave me the name of a man the Torellis work with.
And you think this was wise?
I think he was less intimidated with me alone.
Less intimidated, that's your point? I mean, what if he was so unintimidated he put a bullet in your head and dumped you in the lake?
I can take care of myself.
Yeah, sure, but
Hey, here he is. Franco Zeffirelli, couple of convictions for bank robbery.
bank robbery. I mean, all these guys are in the same club. Maybe the Torellis are setting something up. Where do we find them? Here we go again.
Well, you know, Rosie does seem considerably more comfortable.
Yeah, but... Okay, you're right. You got a thing for...
Oh, for Rosie? Oh, for Maggie. It depends on what you mean by thing, right?
Oh. Okay, well, to be honest with you, I got some feelings for her.
You know, we both have feelings.
I knew it. A great girl comes along, one that I could really get close to, and you're after like a mad, rabid Canadian dog.
Ray, Maggie and I have a lot in common.
Yeah, you're both Canadian, you're both kind of odd.
I do feel oddly comfortable with...
Oddly comfortable. That's great. Love Canadian style.
You know, she might prefer you.
Oh, yeah, she's not going to go for the good-looking freak who speaks the same language. She's going to go for the Chicago flatfoot with the experimental hair. More advice?
Teaching her a little bit about trapping.
Trapping. What does she need to... Forget about it.
Shall we?
What are you doing, Turnbull?
I assumed the phone was unclean, sir.
Unclean?
Well, dirty, yes. I noticed your hesitation to...
My hesitation was due to moral, not physical concerns, Turnbull.
Oh?
I was considering calling the territories and checking Constable Mackenzie's credentials.
On the surface, sir, it hardly seems a moral issue.
Yes, hardly. But the fact is, well, I felt...
A certain resentment towards Constable Mackenzie?
That's very perceptive of you, Turnbull.
Thank you, sir.
So naturally, I don't want to feel as though I'm acting on any petty...
Emotions?
No, of course not. Any pettiness. Or something.
I understand, sir.
You do?
No.
At any rate, you see my dilemma.
Might I be so bold, sir? Don't make the call. You'll feel better.
Is that your considered advice, Turnbull?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Thank you, Turnbull.
Thank you, sir.
He lives here?
That's what the computer says. Nobody home.
Hey, you want to rent it?
No, we just want to get inside.
Yeah, he left 2 weeks ago, owing 3 months' rent. He said he was going to open up a store, but I never saw any sign of it. Lived upstairs. Flaked like that, I should have known he didn't have the balls for retail. Good location, huh? Prime retail space. You know, you could... Who am I trying to kid? Close the door behind you, will you?
Thank you kindly.
There's nothing up there. What do you got? I was hoping you wouldn't do stuff like that.
Like what?
Taste stuff.
Well, it's the only way to know what you've got. Hey.
What do you got?
Mud.
Right. Tracked in on the shoes of 2 different individuals.
Well, that's great. All we got to do is find some mud and we got our guys.
It won't be that simple.
Yeah, no, there's not just mud. There's concrete mixed in with it.
Yeah. When? Right away. We gotta go.
Inspector Thatcher. Ah, Inspector Mulligan. You're a hard man to reach. 50 miles by dog sled from a phone. Well, perhaps it wasn't so terribly urgent after all. What? At any rate, now that I have you on the line, I was wondering if I could ask you some questions about Constable Mackenzie. Yes, Maggie. She what?
Talked to this Tommy Ellis yesterday.
Yeah, what happened?
He got himself shot last night.
Last night?
Constable Mackenzie was here last night.
Yeah. For you.
Hello? Hi, Inspector. I see. Thank you kindly. It would appear that Constable Mackenzie's status is something of a question mark.
Where is she?
We'd like to know. She went to question the guy last night. He turns up dead today. And Constable Fraser Wolf is also missing.
You know, technically she's not a constable. She's been suspended.
Suspended?
Well, she's convinced the Torelli brothers killed her husband.
Her husband? Those guys killed her husband?
Hang on a second. She came to Chicago on the trail of the killers of her husband?
Exactly.
You know about this?
Well, sir,
Well, there's a lot she hasn't been telling us. She's been obsessed with these men, convinced they're the killers in spite of the fact that they both have airtight alibis. Her behavior became erratic, and her superior officers felt she was becoming a danger to the community. So they suspended her.
So we led a nutcase right to the guy she wanted to kill.
No, not exactly, sir.
We were unable to locate the men she wanted to kill, sir, if indeed she wanted to kill them at all.
So you're too incompetent to lead her to the guy she wanted to kill, so you lead her to some other guy who she whacks. Is that about it?
Well, I wouldn't put it like that, sir.
How would you put it?
Well, sort of like that.
We don't know that she killed them, sir.
And we don't know she didn't. How could this happen, Constable?
She seemed credible.
You mean because of the uniform?
And who she was.
In Constable Fraser's defense, she did put up a very convincing front.
You never checked out her story?
No, sir, I'm sorry.
As commanding officer, I will be taking disciplinary action.
Oh, I bet you will.
Becky, you go find her and find her quick. While you still have your shield.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, Fraser, but you have to learn. People can't be trusted.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I got something about your case. Don't all thank me at once.
The victim.
The husband.
The husband? I don't know about that. His name's Casey Richmond. He's an associate of the Torelli brothers. It's another bank robber.
Cop married to a bank robber.
You're welcome.
Why can I not read women? I mean, I try, but I always get it screwy. And this one I like.
Well, you don't like her now?
She lied.
Well, possibly.
Oh, possibly, Fraser. I mean, she played us like a couple of them sport fish that are easy. Oh, Christ on a bike. You're not really going to eat those.
That's like a meat I seen all year. I mean, you can get pretty good veggies from the dumpster back at Multi Mart, but meat, really, you wouldn't want to know.
Yeah, but those are...
Yeah, tasty little buggers. So easy to catch, you wouldn't believe. Would you like to try it?
No, thanks.
You know, Ray, the chock-a-block with protein. And actually, the neighborhood could benefit from a little rodent control.
You always got to look on the bright side of things, Fraser.
Is that a defect?
No, but it's kind of dumb.
Oh, possibly.
So you're still going to try to protect her?
Who, Rosie?
No, Maggie.
Oh, yes. Yes, now more than ever.
But you don't even know who she is.
I intend to find out. Her father's name was Matt Stern, a sometime geologist and prospector who was killed in a mine collapse in 1969, April.
The man she married called himself Casey McKenzie.
Is there anything to link him to Casey Richmond?
Nothing, sir.
She didn't know who he was.
Her mother was a trapper.
Mm-hmm. She raised Maggie alone in the bush.
Her father?
Well, when he was working, he stayed close to the mine. The rest of the time, he was off prospecting.
Says here she gave birth to Maggie alone in her cabin.
She was resourceful. Okay. Have a look at that. Would you please tear that article out?
Yes, sir.
Would you please tear that article out a little more quickly?
Yes, sir.
Would you please remove your hands from the article? Thank you kindly.
Pleasure, sir.
Dad?
I didn't kill Tommy Ellis. I didn't have any reason to. I didn't kill him.
Why did you leave the scene of the crime? Is it perhaps because you're under suspension? You know, your husband knew the Torellis. Not just as a hunting guide or a fishing guide. He robbed banks with them.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He knew them. They had motive. We can find out what actually happened.
Casey didn't know them. He told me he didn't.
He lied.
He didn't know them.
His real name is Casey Richmond. In 1987, he and the Torellis robbed the Kittery National Bank in Portland, Maine. Maggie, I'm trying to help you.
Stop her, Constable! She's one of us, but she broke the law. It was your duty to bring her in. You had her and you let her get away.
Yes, sir.
This would be an appropriate time to offer some sort of explanation, Constable.
There's nothing I can say, sir.
I'm sorry, Fraser. But you give me no other choice. Take off that uniform. Clear off your desk. Bring me your files.
Yes, sir.
You can continue to live here if you like, until you make some other kind of arrangements.
Thank you, sir. Constable Fraser. Champs-Élysées, mon ami.
Thank you, Tom.
Suspended. That woman has been trying since day one to get you out of your uniform.
Well, so now you show up.
This is serious business, son. Serious business.
Yes, it is. It is indeed. What do you think I should have done? Arrested her?
Not unheard of. You are an officer of the law. At least you were.
She was born May 12th, 1970.
Yes, she's a young woman, and a mighty attractive one at that. But that's no excuse for you not doing your duty. No excuse at all.
Her father was killed April 1969.
Son, you really disappoint me. When a man makes a mistake, there's nothing for him to do but to own up to it and pay the consequences. Here you are blithering on about dates or something.
Her father died 1 year before she was born.
I'm not good at math.
No, apparently not.
What do you say?
I'm saying I think it's fairly clear that Matt Stern is not her father.
Ellen always said he was.
Oh, when? When you were warming yourself in her cabin?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Great Scott.
Great Scott.
You're not saying.
I am. Maggie can see you.
Well, Buck Frobisher can see me. I'm not his father.
Are you sure?
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Why didn't Ellen tell me?
Would you have stayed?
Well, she used to say she didn't want me to feel tied down.
No, obviously it didn't.
My kid. I didn't get to know her.
You didn't get to know me either.
No, at least I knew you existed. You gotta find her, son.
How?
She's a hunter. Find her prey, and you'll find her.
It's great, Dad. Thanks. Thanks. Once again, that really practical advice.
Fraser.
Ray.
In here. Look, Fraser, I don't think this is the best place for you right now.
I've been suspended, Ray.
I know.
And I am no longer allowed to liaise with you as an official representative of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
I know, because you've been suspended.
Exactly my point, Ray.
What he's trying to say, Detective, is technically, as a private citizen, he's free to come in here and liaise his head off.
Yes, sir. Technically.
Good thinking.
Thank you, sir.
You got some.
Mud.
Again?
Well, we know the two of them were walking in it, and we know it was mixed with concrete.
It was?
Oh, yes. You see, concrete has a very distinctive taste.
Oh, yeah.
And that suggests a construction site.
There's a lot of construction sites in Chicago, Fraser.
Well, yes, Ray, but this one is probably located next to a bank.
Which they were staking out.
Right, and they got the mud on their shoes while they were checking out the bank.
So we've got to find a construction site that's near a bank.
Yes, one in which the concrete has only recently been poured.
Otherwise, it wouldn't have been upon their shoes.
Yes, that's right.
For any cement mixers, find a construction site that just poured cement in the last 2 days what is near a bank.
Right now?
Yeah.
down!
You didn't really think that I'd give up, did you?
Shoot her. She's got a gun. So do you.
Do you think you could kill a woman?
Shoot her! Think I could kill you.
Like you killed my husband.
No, you killed him. We were gonna cut him in on a job, but he was gonna turn us in. Because of you, because he was married to a cop. You killed him. Never PG, grab the weapon!
Perhaps you should lower your weapon also, Maggie.
What do you think they'd get for what they did? 25 to life? Parole in 10? Maybe 12?
She's gonna shoot me.
Maggie, don't do this. Don't throw your life away.
Haven't you ever wanted justice?
Many times.
Did you ever care what happened to you?
Not once.
Then we're the same.
Yes, we are the same. We're cut from the same cloth, you and I. I'm your brother.
Your what?
It's a shock, I know. And it's probably 28 years too late to be dispensing advice. But you better let the law handle this.
My brother, if he's my brother...
Who are you talking to?
It's none of your beeswax, Nosy Parker. I don't want to have to visit you in prison.
I just want him to say it.
Maggie.
Say it!
All right. I pulled the trigger. I killed your husband.
Now you don't have to shoot him.
I never intended to shoot him. I just wanted a confession.
That's encouraging.
Not even loaded. Thank you kindly for your help.
Butt plate, on the ground. On the ground, down!
It was,
Fraser. I know they do things a little differently up in Canada, but it's sort of frowned upon down here to, crush your sister's smokes.
She's a non-smoker, Rick.
So I guess you'll be back for the trolley trial and see that.
Aren't forensics enough?
Oh, no, need motive. They overheard you talking to him, and then he got whacked, so,
Right.
Besides, I owe you dinner.
That's true, you do. I want to take him to Canada, try them there.
Well, we got him first.
Hey, Rosie, where are you going?
Oh, heading east. Trapping's better by the lake. Hey, thanks.
Anytime.
The airport? Sure. Thank you, guys. Maggie?
You know, I think I stood a better chance before you were his sister. Fraser, stop. Turn around.
Turn around again.
You done?
So, if I need help tarring the roof of my trailer, will you come?
Yes.
What if my generator breaks down in the middle of the night and I'm cold and lonely? Can I call you?
Yes.
What if I need advice on some unsolvable case or elusive criminal?
Call me. And you know, if you need some advice, say about a relationship or things of a female nature,
Really?
don't call me.
Benton Fraser, I look forward to having you as a brother.
Likewise.
Thank you. And you. Goodbye, you. Tell Dad I'll be looking out for him.
I will. Be good.
Try.
Yeah, I know. I have a family.
I was a miserable father twice.
Yeah. You did what you could.
I never intended to stay away, son. It's just that back home, everywhere I looked, I saw your mother.
I know, Dad.
Well, the first day the frost takes and there's a sheen of ice on the dugouts.
And when you feel the wind coming down from the north, bringing the snow.
Head out on horseback and there's a slanting of light from the east.
Oh, I miss it, son. I miss it terribly.
Yeah, so do I. You all right?
I don't know. You know, life is odd enough, but death, son, Lord God. They don't even give you a road map. Everything comes under scrutiny.
What brought this on?
I don't know. Something in the air. There's something stirring there. You feel it?
Yeah. You know, I've had some very odd dreams lately.
About your mother?
Yeah. You?
No. I'm dead, I don't dream, so I don't know what this sensation is that I've got. Although it's very similar to when Walter Singlefoot laced my tea with Kinnickinnick, then seemed to turn into a 12-foot alligator before my very eyes. I don't know, it feels as though your mother is very close.
Very close.
Fraser, I hope for your sake you're talking to a fish.
Hey, Ray, here, have a seat. I'll rig you up a line.
Caught anything?
No, but you know, ice fishing takes patience.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna need a lot of that, Fraser, because there ain't no fish in here.
Well, how do you know that, Ray?
Because it's a city reservoir. Drinking water. No fish.
Oh.
You okay?
Yeah. Just,
What?
I'm homesick. Wait a minute.
What?
Hang on a second.
Okay. Set the hook. Set the hook.
Get something.
Okay. Watch the drag. Watch the drag.
Something big?
Okay.
He's in?
Yeah.
Nice fish.
Ever since I can remember, I associated fishing with death.
Yeah, well, you catch a fish, the fish dies, then you eat the fish.
When I was a boy, I was in a camp, and the guy who ran the camp was a fisherman of sorts. He would throw a hand grenade into the pond, and when the fish came up, belly up, stunned, he just scooped them up with a net.
What was this, some sort of summer camp or something?
No. Auschwitz. Oh, come on, guys. I didn't mean to. Well, what else do we know about this man?
Yeah, his name was Cartwright. He has a couple of weapons charges and associated with bad people.
Very bad, judging from the way he died. Shot with a small rifle, probably manufactured in old Czechoslovakia, and the bullet tipped with thallium, deadly poison, probably manufactured in Bulgaria. So, there you go. Ballistics.
Looks like you get a meat set for tonight.
I agree. Shall we?
Look, Mort, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that,
Come on, Ray. I didn't want you to feel sorry. I find life interesting. Even death I find interesting. But fishing? Fishing is ridiculous.
Dead guy.
Chicago PD, hold it.
Muldoon.
Know that guy?
I knew him.
What do you mean you knew him?
He died 30 years ago.
Who was this Muldoon?
Holloway Muldoon. He was a legend in the North. Gifted trapper and guide. The story has it he once carried an injured Hungarian Lepidopterus on his back for almost 200 miles through a raging blizzard. Underneath this heroic exterior, there lurked a criminal who for years had been trafficking in endangered species. Grizzly bladder, puma pelts, wolf fur. Yes, I know, boy. When my father went after him, the chase was epic. It lasted for a year and a half.
Year and a half?
It was personal.
You see, Muldoon's friendship with my father placed him above suspicion. The chase finally ended when Muldoon fell into 6 Mile Canyon.
Fraser, he's here in Chicago, so he did not fall into 6 Mile Canyon.
Apparently he survived.
Look, all I know, Fraser, we got 2 dead guys and 3 scumbags shooting up Chicago with a grenade launcher. And a whole lot of work to do.
Is that about the gist of it?
Oh, that was just the tip of the iceberg, son.
Well, turns out that your car body was an associate of your fishing body. Name was Caesar Khalil. Simple sheet, actually. Receiving stolen goods, and oh, look, Hill Surprise, receiving stolen goods.
So he was a fence.
Detective, your powers of deduction make a guy's head spin.
Thanks.
This is interesting.
Makes no sense.
I believe it's a code.
Looks like he had a meet set up for today.
This arrow would seem to indicate it was connected to last night's meeting.
Yeah, the only problem is we have no clue where this is happening.
Well, we know the last night's meeting was at Quincy and Orleans. So now taking this to be Orleans and this to be Quincy, that gives us 13 letters. Now, if we plug those letters into today's entry, we get...
O-L-C-O something something, next word something, R-U-C something, I-N something.
Trucking.
And assuming it to be trucking, that gives us the T, which gives us...
Olcott Trucking. It's that abandoned place on Wacker.
Very good, Francesca.
Rats.
Something wrong, Rick?
No, rats.
Ah, yes.
This place gives me the creeps.
Yeah, him too. He's never been fond of rodents.
Showtime. Hold it right there!
DCM, throw down your weapons! Step out of the shadows! Show us your ID! Don't talk when I talk!
This is not your jurisdiction. That's odd, Agent Maddox, because the last time I checked the criminal code, homicide was still under state jurisdiction.
Let me make it clear. I go to meet a snitch. I don't need interference from some flatfoot city cop.
This from the boys who brought you Waco. Wake up! Your snitch is downstairs chilling at the cold meat party.
Gentlemen, perhaps it would be more productive to discuss the weapons smuggler.
It's none of your business.
Someone starts shooting up Chicago with a grenade launcher. I figure it's my business.
Wrong, Lieutenant. This is our case. You keep your nose clear.
For the record, Waco was an act of God.
So?
So officially, you're off the case. Hey, if somebody wanted to take this case up as a hobby, Everyone should have a hobby.
See, everything my father ever did is in here. Cross-referenced by criminal and by crime.
Now, the filing is a little crude.
Crude?
But brilliant.
Smart boy.
To find Muldoon.
What's up? There's a period of 3 weeks where there's no entry.
Maybe he was busy.
No, I don't think so. The silence begins with the day my mother died.
Aha! You see, I find Muldoon by simply flipping to page 6 of volume 9.
I'd have rearranged the landscape, torn down the mountains, and diverted the rivers to catch Muldoon. And I only had the slimmest of clues. He always managed to be where no one expected him to be. And usually that was where he had just been.
Anything?
He doubles back on himself.
He doubles back on himself, does he, Fraser? We've been waiting here for 2 days. All I got is a nose that runs faster than a 3-year-old at the Kentucky Derby. Look, I'm Dunsky. I'm out of here. Had enough of this. Chicago PD!
It's Russian lettering.
What's it say?
Well, my Russian's a little bit rusty, but I think it's nerve gas. And this one. Oh, dear. You know any gum? We're in luck. Seems to be holding. Well, you know, at first glance, you wouldn't assume that gum and string would be able to... What's wrong with you?
I got it.
You got what?
Gas. I've been gassed.
Oh, no, Ray, I shouldn't think you'd actually been gassed.
I'm tingling. My hands are tingling. I'm tingling all over.
Ray, if you'd actually been exposed to nerve gas, you'd be experiencing different symptoms.
Like what?
Well, you'd have difficulty breathing. You'd probably feel a little bit dizzy. You might feel as though you want to vomit. You'd probably start bleeding out of your nose. Your bowels would release. Most of all, though, you'd probably be unconscious and dead.
Oh. I get nervous. I got a bit nervous. Okay. My bowels seem okay.
I'm relieved.
What'd you find?
It's a footprint belonging, I think, to the driver of the car, in which case we can assume reasonably that he was, or he is, an employee of the Hotel California.
You cannot tell that by a footprint, Fraser. I don't care if you can track muskox across the Atlantic Ocean. You cannot tell where a person works by their footprint. Oh.
Yes. I have a pretty good idea which direction this wind is blowing. Phone. No, a real phone, one with a dial.
Gas? You say you have gas, sir?
A powerful gas. It could wipe out thousands, possibly even more.
I see. Do you have any idea as to the source of this gas?
Russian in origin. And there seem to be any number of clues, none of which I can recall at the moment, that indicate that they pose a dire threat to the city of Chicago.
Chicago?
Get this straight, son. This is a lethal gas. This could wipe out big cities all across North America.
Have you considered consulting a physician, sir?
Son, I think that you probably have been hit by the dump stick. Would you put me on through to your superior, please?
Yes, sir.
Inspector Thatcher.
Inspector, one word. Diethylaminoethoxy cyanophosphine oxide.
Oh, my God.
1 milligram of that could kill a man.
Or a woman.
Well, I don't know what it would take to kill a woman. Could be 1, could be 10. But that's not important. The important thing is there's a darker thread to this story. And it has all the telltale signs of Muldoon, one of the foulest scum who ever walked the earth. Next to Howard Stern, that is. But it doesn't make sense. Because he's been dead for 30 years.
Unfortunately, rumors of Muldoon's death may have been greatly exaggerated.
Ah, I see. And, Constable Fraser, how is he taking this?
With his usual keenness? Why?
Ah, then he doesn't know.
Know what?
About Muldoon and his mother. I have half a mind to get down to Chicago, take a crack at Muldoon myself. But my detachment is green. Better to have somebody up here at this end of the trail.
We do put the mark on the soles. Makes the boots part of a uniform, discourages theft. The only problem is they became something of a collector's item and everyone was stealing them.
You see, and how many were size 16 double wide?
How'd you know the size?
Well, we saw the print, Ray.
Saw the print.
One pair, size 16 double wide.
And they belong to?
Toe Blake.
Toe Blake?
Big Toe Blake is his full name. We had to let him go for stealing. Naturally, he stole his boots when he left.
Naturally.
Big guy, big toe, big.
How big?
Very big. You know, Ray, it's really a question of leverage. It's not unlike bulldogging a steer. Wrestling an elephant.
For some time now, Ottawa has suspected that Russian military equipment was being smuggled through Canada for sale throughout the world. Naturally, headquarters wants it stopped immediately.
Naturally.
This particular case that Sergeant Frobisher is working on involves poisonous gas, which is quite dangerous, you know.
Yeah, I've heard that about poisonous gas.
This particular gas, though, is a variant on Russian Taban, which is in fact dimethylaminoethoxycyanophosphine oxide. Frobisher feels that the shipment is in fact large enough to basically obliterate several small cities. It's really quite exciting.
Exciting.
Well, at the risk of sounding self-absorbed, a successful resolution to a case of this magnitude could provide me with a promotion and a transfer to Toronto.
You're going to Toronto? That's great. For you, of course. And, you know, if there's anything I can do to help, don't hesitate to ask. I mean, a lift to the airport, and
Thank you, I appreciate that.
So, I guess Fraser will be taking over for you then, right? Probably get a brand new income, maybe a big house, a bedroom.
Constable Fraser is my second in command. He's coming with me.
Huey! Huey!
Okay, big fella.
Hey! Hey, come on!
Come on.
Move it.
We have to talk.
You're touching me.
Oh.
I'm like a cab. When a guy hires me to drive, I drive.
And if the guy buys crates of nerve gas, that's none of your business?
Look at him. Incredible, isn't he?
He's huge. I'd say at least 400.
No, not him. Fraser. Look at him.
Nerve gas can kill thousands of people. You know how many years you're gonna do for killing thousands of people?
You know how many times they can execute you?
He was born on the tundra. I mean, that's where he belongs. You'll kill him if you take him to Toronto.
That's a bit drastic, don't you think?
Look, I've been to Toronto, okay? Trust me, nothing can survive there. Look at him. I mean, really look at him.
He's some out-of-town talent. I got hired to ferret around, and I don't know nothing about no gas.
Look, pal, you had better know something about him.
I picked him up at a hotel.
Which hotel?
Where I used to work.
California.
Let's go.
What? That man. I think I've seen him before. All right, I'll take the stairs.
Hang on. Use your phone. I'll call you to floors. 5, 6, 7. 11, 12. You hear me? 14.
Clearly, Ray.
15. You're breathing kind of hard. 20. 1, 2. 24. That's it, Fraser. 24. I'm on my way.
You sure this is the guy you barely saw?
Positive.
Housekeeping!
Ray.
Ray?
Ray Vecchio.
Ray Vecchio?
Oh, dear.
What's going on here? I was under the impression I was going to meet someone called Armando Langostini from the Iguana family, Southwest Branch.
You are?
So who the hell is Ray Vecchio?
How the hell should I know?
Perhaps I could explain.
Perhaps you should shut up.
Perhaps he should talk. Don't I know you?
Not directly, no. I first came to Chicago on the trail of the killers of
Fraser, not now.
Fraser?
Who are you?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
What do you mean?
What do they call you?
Who?
Am I still speaking English here or what?
Yes, boss. Beautiful English.
What's it gonna be, funny guy?
You mean my name? Or that? Here.
Ray Vecchio, Chicago PD.
You bring cops to a meet?
It's your room, pal.
They followed you in.
Meaning what?
Meaning this whole setup smelled from the get-go. Who are you, buddy? I've seen you before.
Yeah, dead guy. Get up. Let's go, get up. To the bathroom. Play hardball with the Iguana family, you better have hard balls. Still in the game?
I'm always in the game. Okay. Backup location. 9 o'clock. Remember what I said before. I don't wait.
Hey, boss, you still got a little bit of blood, right? Yeah, all right. Clean up the bodies. So long, Armando Langostini. It's been good knowing you. For a full year, I am deep undercover. Never waiting in line, always getting the best tables at the best restaurants. I live in a 9,000 square foot adobe house at the edge of the desert with a butler named Nero who brings me buttermilk night and day. And everywhere I go, I sit in the back seat of a black limo with my elbow on the gangster lean. And all this, you wipe out with one word?
It's good to see you, Ray.
It's good to see you too, Benny.
Oh, Benny, that's cute.
You realize you could have got us all killed.
Well, I'm sorry. It's just I was so pleasantly surprised to see you that I...
Said something completely stupid?
Yes.
Yeah, this is 317 and a cleanup unit at 2409. Right. So you're me.
And you're not you.
That's a good one. Unlike the clothes.
Something wrong with them?
Well, nothing if you're a bag lady. Well, you see, I had a rep. I was a slick dresser.
Oh, yeah, you're like a style pig, you mean?
You kill me, funny guy. I see it's going to take a lot of work to get my reputation back in place.
What place was that?
Well, you see, these three goons are going to get one call each. They're going to call Vegas. And when they do, Armando Langostini's going to go up like flash paper. Time to get my old life back.
That's my life.
I'm afraid it is. What are you grinning about?
I knew you two would hit it off.
Muldoon has weaponry for sale and a buyer. He just needs somebody to broker the deal. So the ATF places two agents, a Khalil and a Cartwright. Muldoon makes the agents and kills them both, so the ATF suspects an inside leak. They turn to the FBI, who turns to me, Armando Langostini. Mob brokers the deal.
And how does the deal work?
2 stages. The first was the nerve gas that you stumbled upon, and all we know about the second is that it's big and it's scary.
And who's the buyer?
Again, don't know. Very cagey, very secret. The basic idea was that I would broker the deal, and then we'd nail Muldoon and the buyer.
Which doesn't work out.
Because Fraser and Ray show up and blow the whole thing right out of the water.
But
So what now?
The meet with Muldoon is set for 9. My cover should hold till then. That's our window.
All right, we gotta move.
You and Dewey, you run down everything on a location, the whole layout, all right?
Francesca, pull everything on Muldoon. Any possible connection. Fraser, you run it from your end. All right? We got 6 hours. Let's use them. Ray.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you can see this is going to be confusing, huh? Well, look, you be Ray Vecchio because you were Ray Vecchio to start with.
Right.
And, who am I?
Good question. Well, you could be Stanley Kowalski.
Stanley Kowalski?
His father had a big thing for Marlon Brando.
So, I just, Okay.
Later, Stanley. Sir.
What do you think of me?
What do I think of you?
Okay.
I'm not sure what it is you're asking me.
I guess that pretty much sums up what you think of me. It's just, when I think of the sheer hours of female tonnage that I have put into this relationship, you know, the dedication and the patience and the night heart-to-heart talks, even if you weren't there, I just kind of hoped or thought that you would tell me.
I'm sorry, Francesca. Tell you what?
That you're going home.
We're going home, sir?
If we're present for the capture of Muldoon, we could virtually guarantee ourselves a transfer. By the way, what is the connection between your mother and Muldoon?
Don't you mean my father and Muldoon?
Oh, I was quite sure that Frobisher said your mother, but as I understand it, he's been having some digestive problems, so... Did you ever think about it, Fraser?
Digestive problems?
Home.
Oh, home, yes.
As do I. The air, the shopping, the cafe lattes. I miss Toronto like you'd miss an old boyfriend you discarded.
Toronto, sir. Oh, I'm sorry, it's just that when you say home, I tend to think a little further north.
Oh.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
How can you work in this mess?
No worse than piles of crap you left all over the place.
Yeah, well, my piles of crap were organized.
My mess is organized.
Well, why don't you just organize it someplace else?
Okay. Is that good?
You got a problem?
Maybe, just maybe. I don't like the way you're sashaying around trying to take over everything.
This is my desk. It's my life. Now you get over it.
Will you get over this?
Oh, okay, all right. Back off, Kowalski. That's my brother you're talking to, so just stay out of his face. And you, they give you testosterone shots in the mob or what? Work.
Listen,
Hey, forget about it. It's just, so sudden. I mean, I knew you were coming back. I just didn't think it would be, so soon, so.
I know. I mean, it feels like you died and you didn't get everything done. You know, that's how I felt when I walked out of here.
How's Vegas been?
undercover's lonely.
That it is.
Well, you got Frazier.
Right.
Why have you, what?
Finish your sentence, son. An incomplete sentence is an early indicator of a softening mind.
You were going to leave without telling me? What else haven't you told me?
About what specifically?
Holloway Muldoon.
Someone's been talking out of turn.
Your diaries. Buck Frobisher.
I've hidden some things from you, son, for your own good. Muldoon was one of them. I want you to believe me when I say the man was truly evil. I just didn't see it. I trusted him. I invited him into our home. I called him my friend. By the time I caught up with him, I wasn't thinking.
So he didn't fall into 6 Mile Canyon, did he?
I killed him. I tried to, anyway. I imagine that's why I'm still here. To try and make up for it in some way.
Well, where are you going now?
To tend to something I should have tended to a long time ago. I'll come back. Until I do, stay alert. And get Muldoon for me. And for your mother. And Benton, don't make my mistake. Do it right.
You know, Benny, the desert's okay, and Nero does up a great buttermilk. But this is the stuff I miss.
Like old times, huh?
Yeah. Remember that time you locked us in that vault?
Yeah. And the water kept rising until we almost drowned?
Yeah. You know what I just said about missing all this?
Mm-hmm.
Forget I ever said it.
Understood.
You ever feel like you don't know who you are? Like if you weren't around somebody, or that somebody wasn't around you, that you wouldn't be you? Or at least not the you that you think you are? You know, you ever feel like that?
Never.
Me neither.
Wish me luck.
You don't need it.
What do you call a fish with no eyes?
What? What are you doing? We're practicing. For what? To pass yourself off as two guys with serious head wounds?
No, the one-liner. We finally got the club. We're gonna open up a comedy club.
Yeah.
Oh, God. God help us all.
I'm not sure what I'm looking for. Forgiveness, maybe? And I know I should have come here when I was alive. I was too apprehensive. Now I'm dead. But of course, there's nothing preventing you from showing up here, Caroline. It's not as though we're not in the same place. At least I hope we still are. I miss you. And I worry about our son. I worry that I haven't told him. Not everything. And now he'll find out on his own. I hope he's all right.
Fraser! What are you guys doing here? Looking for our guy. That guy was our guy way before he was your guy.
Where'd they go? Jumpy.
It's his place.
Hey!
Jumpy.
Corridor branches off.
Give it up! You got a chance?
It's our bust. In the pig's eye.
Our guy set up the meet.
He's our guy, and you nearly got him killed.
They split up. We'll take these guys.
I'll do it this way, sir. You're shooting. Your aim is lousy.
Need my glasses.
Forget it. Let's go.
We don't have to go, you know.
Up these stairs?
No, to Toronto. I mean, if you don't, we could go somewhere else.
Understood. Shall we?
Yes.
Get out of here!
How's those glasses coming? I got them. They were stuck in the lining of my coat.
Surrender, Muldoon. Your ammunition is spent. You have nowhere to go.
I still have this nerve gas, Benton.
You recognize me?
Something twigged in that hotel room. Made me think of your father. And you know what? He didn't get me, and I don't believe you will either.
You know I'll never give up.
Well, that'll make 2 members of your family that I've killed then. Oh, your father didn't tell you? That's negligent parenting, that is. Your father wanted to arrest me, but I had this shotgun, an ugly affair passed down from an uncle. Your mother was a pretty woman, Benton, but when I shot her, she dropped like a big old sack of potatoes. Hey, go! Huh?
go. All right, go!
"60 seconds. You got 60 seconds. And then the nerve gas blow.
Give me your gun! Give it to me!
How the hell do we ever work this with Frazier? Don't know. Go.
We're gonna have to bridge this contact and cut these two wires while upside down.
35 seconds. Let's synchronize our breathing.
Right. Ready? 1.
2.
3.
I see. Right. Thank you kindly. That was Constable Turnbull. Frobisher has questioned some of Muldoon's known associates, and apparently whenever he's in this vicinity, he uses a small airstrip known as Trumbull Field.
So, what? We're still partners?
If you'll have me.
Chicago Ground Control, Whiskey Tango Roll 19, requesting taxi turns for runway 3.
What the hell was that? Metal fatigue.
Are you all right?
You know, Fraser, being your partner has certain drawbacks.
Got your hands?
Highways north and the sky will carry you away. You know you have to leave here. You wish that you could stay. There's 4 directions on this map, but you're only going one way. South, that's the way I'm going. South, satellite traveling, she's down the wrong way.
Previously on Due South.
Yes.
Well, Muldoon. He died 30 years ago.
Ray! Ray?
Ray Vecchio.
Ray Vecchio?
Oh, dear.
Muldoon has weaponry for sale and a buyer. He just needs somebody to broker the deal.
I was under the impression I was going to meet someone called Armando Langostini.
You are?
So who the hell is Ray Vecchio?
How the hell should I know?
Well, look, you be Ray Vecchio because you were Ray Vecchio to start with.
And, who am I?
You could be Stanley Kowalski.
Okay.
Later, Stanley.
Sir, your mother was a pretty woman, Benton. But when I shot her, she dropped like a big old sack of potatoes.
But where are you going now?
To tend to something I should have tended to a long time ago. I'll come back. Until I do, stay alert. And get Muldoon for me. And for your mother.
Do you Mounties still always get your man?
We try to.
Go get him, Benny.
What the hell was that?
You know, Fraser, being your partner has certain drawbacks.
Not bad, Fraser, not... Good. Not good at all.
Benton Fraser, you're getting to be damn near as irritating as your father was. Throw them out when we're over the ice fields. They'll be lost forever.
Ice field? What the hell's an ice field?
It's a field of ice.
The Yank tends to miss the obvious, doesn't he?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Well, what is it the rest of the time?
Well, it would still be a field of ice.
Both of you, just shut up. Lord, he's rude.
Why do villains have such hard heads?
All right, we got a major smuggler who deals in dangerous weapons. We have an unknown buyer and an unknown objective. Okay, keep your ears to the ground and work your snitches. Let's remember, we got 2 missing officers out there. So there'll be no vacations, there'll be no leaves.
And no sleep for anybody, which means we work 24 hours a day, 8 days a week, which comes out to exactly 11,520 minutes every week. We want to break out the plastic hoses on this one, guys. We want these suspects sweating between the ears. The floor is yours, Harding.
All right, let's get to work. Huey, Dewey, you talk to the guy we picked up at Alcott Trucking. Any word on your brother?
Well, they moved him onto another ward, but he's still got a bullet in him.
Lucky guy.
He's still got a bullet in him.
But it didn't kill him, did it? That was a golden bullet. The world's his oyster now. He retired, full pay, do anything he wants to do.
Any word from him?
Ray.
Thank you.
We're in trouble, aren't we, Fraser?
Well, throw him a bone, son. Something encouraging.
Yes, we are in big trouble.
That's encouraging.
There. What are you doing? What are you doing? Do mine.
All in good time. First of all, we need to determine what this aircraft's destination is.
We already know that, Fraser. Death. The destination is death. Now do mine. Come on.
Can I borrow your chewing gum?
Wait.
I'm gonna stick it in my ear, please.
I don't get you. We're about to get tossed out of a plane and you're making some arts and craft wire sculpture type thing.
No. What I'm gonna attempt to do is to plug it into the satellite uplink, hopefully intercept some of the binary information from the airplane's communication system.
Wire and gum?
We're in luck. Muldoon was in the process of organizing a rendezvous. My guess is it's connected to the second stage of his plans.
How'd you get that from a piece of wire and some gum?
That's not important. What is important is we now have the coordinates for the rendezvous. 70 degrees north by 125 degrees west. If memory serves, that's Franklin Bay.
It's not important. What is important is, Fraser, we're going to get tossed out of the plane onto an ice field.
Well, that too. But rest easy. I have no doubt that Inspector Thatcher is organizing a rescue party in as we speak.
The car's ready and the flight leaves in exactly 72 minutes.
Sir, I'm nervous. You see, I've never flown before, and quite frankly, I've never been more than 10 stories off the ground, and this airline you've chosen, is it reputable?
Rest easy. Constable, it's the only airline that matters.
Chicken, fish, full body massage.
You're absolutely right, sir. No other way to go.
Hey, Jer. Did you ever hear of the Iguana family?
Yeah.
How about a guy by the name of Armando Langostini?
The bookman? Of course. I mean, in my line of work, that's a guy you look up to. I mean, he'd kill you for a parking spot.
And what would you think about a guy who got on the wrong side of Armando Langostini?
I'd say the guy's pretty stupid. Here? The bookman? Mm-hmm. I mean, yep. Okay. Muldoon met this guy a couple of times. The buyer.
Give me a name.
I'm bad with names. Oh, wait. He had like a code name. 17 FOC 76.
I think I can take him.
Ray, patience.
Look, this is no time for patience. Look, all I gotta do is draw him a little closer.
Ray.
It's okay, don't sweat it. I'm gonna do it your way, okay?
All right.
Excuse me! Henchman. It would be very much appreciated if you were to throw down your weapons of mass destruction and surrender yourself to my partner and myself. Okay. Dolphin boy. Hey!
Oh.
You always like this?
Well, I'm sorry, he's somewhat impulsive, and I think that actually what he wanted to say, Ray. More to go, Dolphin boy.
This isn't gonna hold him for long. Remind me, Fraser, is there some sort of thing about shooting a gun off in a plane?
Well, it depends on the altitude. If you're up high enough, any puncture in the airplane's skin could cause a massive depressurization. And well, just imagine that you were, say, a bowling ball being sucked through 40 yards of garden hose.
17 FOC 76. Fuck.
Hey, watch how you pronounce that. It may not fly on television.
But we're getting nowhere fast here.
He's gotta be on the wrong track.
Track? Train.
What train?
Train track. Train. Look, I got it. 1776, 1776, the War of Independence. FOC, Fathers of Confederation. We've tangled with these clowns before.
Yeah, but the Bolt brothers are both doing life in the federal pen.
Well, then let's run down all their visitors. Who came, when they came, and where they went.
An extended family is a good thing, isn't it, Cyrus? Yes, it is, Cousin Randall. It is indeed.
One visitor in the last month. Cyrus Bolt, cousin on his father's side, right out of Idaho.
We got his whereabouts?
ATF crime data has Cyrus Bolt checked into the Meridian 2 weeks ago. He hasn't checked out.
Pick him up.
You got a plan?
You bet I do. We're gonna jump.
You're not gonna cut and run, son.
Out of the airplane?
Well, it's either that or they shoot us.
It happened to me. It's not so bad.
This stuff ought to keep us warm.
All right. Toss me a parachute.
Well, you know, that's the really exciting part of this plan, Ray. There are no parachutes.
Get your elbow. Open that damn door!
It's called bottomless, so it should be like falling into a duvet.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my chances here.
Blow it off its goddamn hinges!
Ray, look! Turtles!
Turtles?
See you at the rendezvous, gentlemen!
See you in hell, Benson!
Ray, you all right?
I'm under 30 feet of snow. How could that be all right?
Well, you're alive. Start digging.
You break something in your face?
Not that I'm aware of.
Look, we're 100 miles from nowhere, on a frozen wasteland, and you're grinning like an idiot.
I'm home.
You ever hear of the United States Constitution? Second Amendment?
A well-regulated militia being necessary for the security of a free state. The rights of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Man, you drag me in here to answer the Nancy Boy laws just because I happen to have a couple of guns.
Couple of guns, huh? How about 600 grenade launchers, 1,100 assault rifles, 450 flamethrowers, and an unknown number of small arms?
So I'm a sportsman.
And a licensed arms dealer with a well-regulated militia, all perfectly legal.
A well-regulated militia? How about a bunch of losers running through the woods with enough firepower to flatten a Sears tower?
You ever see a maggot crush?
I'll crush you, you mother! Bash! Book him! Book him!
I'll talk to a judge. You'll be out in no time.
Take hands off me! Nobody called me much mouth! Not even my mother!
Ray, when sometimes somebody gets lost in the system, even their lawyers can't find them for a few days.
Human tragedy, sir.
I'm gonna kick your butt from here to Cincinnati!
Fraser, I'm not up to this. My idea of health is a cup of coffee without sugar. I'm not fit. I mean, I'm fit. I'm city fit. I'm just not snowshoe fit.
Gotta keep going, son. Gotta keep going, Ray. Track the weasel to his lair. Muldoon's rendezvous is 2 days from now. We take a direct route, we should be able to intercept him.
Hang on a minute. 2 days from here?
That's right. So, weight forward, heels up, place it on your toes, and away we go.
Where are we gonna sleep?
Sleep? When I went after Muldoon, I went full out, 8 days and 8 nights. I slept on my feet.
Was that not exciting or what, sir?
Worst 4 hours of my life.
Here we go. Sorry, sir.
Meg, that's it. Perfect timing. Just firing up a moose hawk here wrapped in wild boar tongue, smothered with gorgonzola cheese.
Delightful. Buck Frobisher, this is Constable Turnbull. Turnbull, Buck Frobisher.
Turnbull, good to see you.
So, Buck, you only have Dodge sleds here, no snowmobiles?
Snowmobiles take gas, Inspector.
I thought you had gas, sir.
Oh, we have plenty of gas, son. Just why waste it? Just throw down some tallow for the dogs, then they run forever. Beef, throw some tallow down for the dog, will you?
Speaking of tallow, sir, I've got a half a mind to strap on the old feed bag myself.
Yes, Turnbull, you do have half a mind. What I need is a good hot bath.
Well, nothing in the way of a bath here. Never felt the need for it myself. So there are people who do just go outside and roll around in the snow. Burnt or well done?
Fraser, you ever get the feeling that, you're lost?
No. Quick look to the stars or the sun. You can always find your location.
No, I don't mean where you are. I mean who you are.
Oh. When I first came to Chicago, I felt as though I was from another planet.
Which you are?
Which I've come to accept. Everything was unknown. And at times it was frightening. I felt as though I was an explorer. An urban explorer.
Urban explorer.
I remember one time we were on a stakeout and I was trying to explain the sense of otherworldliness to the detectives. I was telling them the story of Sir John Franklin, who set out to discover the Northwest Passage. But I realized as I was telling the story that they'd all fallen
The Yank won't survive this, son. You might have to, leave him in the snow.
Do you ever listen to yourself, to what you're actually saying?
I know, I can't help it. Muldoon is tearing at me. I can't sleep, can't eat.
You can't sleep or eat because you're dead. You're also very pale. I can practically see through you.
Trick of the Northern Lights. Find him. After we sleep. We need sleep, I know. Except me, of course.
Nobody locks up Cyrus Bolt and lives to see their grandchildren.
Yeah, well, it's a big building with a big system. Mistakes happen.
This is Mr. Bolt's release order.
Mr. Bolt!
Step aside, you ineffectual pissant.
So what is this big deal you got cooking?
Bigger than you have the capacity to imagine.
Oh, I want somebody on this guy day and night.
I got the days.
Got the nights. Padam.
I'm sorry, I don't think I've had the pleasure.
Stella. Stella Kowalski.
Ray Vecchio. The real Ray Vecchio.
Fraser, can we take a nap?
Soon, Ray.
Soon when?
As soon as we get over that. Just relax, Ray.
I can't.
Just look above you.
Yeah, I can't.
One hand after another.
I can't.
I got you. I got you.
Geez, you know, these aren't my underwear.
Ow. Hello?
Inspector Thatcher.
She's up to her beautiful neck in hot water.
We've been tracking Cyrus Bolt. He just took off a Tuktoyaktuk.
We think he's en route for a meeting with Muldoon, destination unknown. Could you pass that on to her?
Will do.
Turnbull, I need a towel.
Inspector.
I like this, Fraser. This reminds me of a swing set I had when I was a kid.
Ray.
Whee!
Ray.
Whee!
Ray.
Ray!
Ray.
Hypothermia, son?
Possibly. Put your legs in the hammock. It's time to go to sleep. Here. Wrap up.
Anything you say, Fraser, buddy, calamari.
Is the Yank gonna make it?
Chicky. Oh, Lord.
I don't know.
My ass is numb.
I don't know.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy shall be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Ray. Ray. Ray.
Huh?
Oh, dear.
Frobisher here.
Inspector Thatcher?
She's up to her pretty neck in Mounties. Hold the line.
Thatcher.
Yeah, Bolt's plane never made it to Tuktoyaktuk. He dropped out of sight south of there around Franklin Bay.
Franklin Bay. Hardly a precise location.
Your mother and I were once trapped in a terrible blizzard on our way to Resolute to pick up supplies. I thought I was done for. Your mother, too. We still looked a lot better than the Yank does now.
Well, what did you do?
We pushed on. Through the cold and the pain, we kept each other going.
Because that's what partnership is all about.
Fraser, you got this hypothermia thing because you seem to be talking to yourself.
Oh, possibly.
Okay, well, Fraser, just listen to me. You gotta push through the cold and the pain and keep moving, because that's what partnership's all about. There's red ships and green ships, but there's no ships like partnerships.
Ray, you're starting to blither.
Ready? I'm cold and my back is hurting from the weight of the pot.
Move out!
Frankly, Virginia Mile, White Heat, 1949.
Look, Fraser, I just climbed my first mountain. I need a moment to try it.
Oh, right, of course. Well, please, go ahead, Ray. Well, there, that was good. Now, let's see what we're gonna do about getting down.
Down? I love down. Down is a piece of cake. Down is fun. Down is great. Down is...
Down is dangerous. This is the ice field they were gonna drop us on. Fissures abound. Move slowly.
Fissures?
Yeah. Deep cracks in the ice, frequently snow-covered.
The ice is full of deep cracks? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes. Now, Franklin Bay is that way. You know, Ray, you have to think of an ice field like, well, a minefield. Now, if you...
Minefield?
Oh, Ray! Whoa! Ray! Hold on! Ray!
You all right? Oh, yeah. Stuck.
Yeah.
Where are we? We're trapped. You're gonna get us out, right? You're gonna use some of that northern folklore type stuff and get us out, right?
Not this time. We are well and truly trapped. Give me your gun.
Oh.
All right. And now, I just have to wait and hope that in this vast, unpopulated, untraveled wilderness, that somebody sees it.
And if nobody notices it?
And we die.
Well, for all we know, they could be... Well, they could be stuck in a block of ice somewhere or something. I mean, it's not like I care, it's just...
You care.
Do you think so?
Mm-hmm. I think you have a generous heart.
Well, thank you, Stella.
Oh, please. You know, when I add it all up, I only got one regret. And I never went on any kind of real adventure.
You don't consider being trapped 200 feet down an ice crevasse an adventure?
No. More like, you know, finding the, you know, the top of the Nile or the tomb, King Tut's tomb. Dating a supermodel. Franklin. Well, it's Franklin. Why am I thinking Franklin?
In 1845, Sir John Franklin set off in search of the Northwest Passage with two boats, the Erebus and the Terror. And he was last seen navigating Peel Sound, July 26th.
You know what, he found him?
No. Many went in search of his hand, reaching for the Beaufort Sea, but none found him.
I get out of this. I live through this. I gotta find that hand. I'm gonna find the reaching out hand.
It might be the hand of death.
Yeah, well, I faced death.
And what did you do?
I sang. Of course, it was ABBA, so it sort of spoiled the romantic effect, but yeah, I sang.
Then we should sing.
What, SOS?
No.
For just one time, I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea. Westward from the Davis.
Delmar!
How you doing?
Oh, you know, bit stuck.
Hey, good to see you.
Yeah.
It's been, what, since grade 4?
Yeah, at least.
God, I love grade 4. So, You boys want out, or are you okay where you are?
I'll be good.
Okay.
Grade 4.
He was held back a bit.
Well, guess I'll be getting on my way.
Well, I thank you kindly, Delmar. Where are you headed anyway?
Further north. Yeah, gotta get out of this wilderness rat race. Country's getting too crowded. There's a couple of hunters over at Project Valley. There's some guys with heavy armament over at Diamond Head, and 10,000 feet up on Mount Sublime, there's a soccer team eating each other.
Would you mind repeating that?
Yeah, Argentine soccer team. They're eating themselves up on...
No, not that. The part about the heavy weaponry.
Diamond Head. Yeah, all decked out in black. Snowmobiles, the whole thing. Anyway, Benton, good to see you.
You too, Delmar.
Grade 4, huh? Sticks with me like a ball of gruel. Hey, be safe.
You too.
They all like that around here?
Like what? I mean, the territory's largely unpopulated.
Like, Grizzly Adams, kinda nutty like that.
Well, for the most part, yes.
Oh, Benton, there's also a bunch of Mounties over at Kings Creek.
Kings Creek, son. Gotta get to Kings Creek.
Kings Creek, Ray.
So what? We're changing plans?
Yes. We've got to get the rendezvous coordinates to Buck Frobisher at Kings Creek. Climb aboard.
Well, Ben, just in time. I'm firing up a little moose hawk. Good trip?
A delicious meal, sir.
Thank you.
We should be able to make Bolt's rendezvous by midday tomorrow.
Mm-hmm, yes. Is he around here by any chance? Your father, I mean.
No. You know, he never told me about my mother.
So what could he say? That he was a flawed individual, that he failed your mother, failed you, was half mad with grief, Benton. He did what he could, what he knew.
He became a murderer.
Oh, Dune laughed at him. Laughed in his face. Mustn't be too harsh on him, Benton.
I'm not so sure about this, rendezvous. I mean, we only got half a dozen Mounties and they got 40 armed men. The odds are kind of funky.
Well, it just isn't any good if there's no challenge, you know. Well, I think I'll go lay down some tallow for the dogs. Diefenbaker. Bad manners. Hounds these days.
So if we live through this, when we get back to Chicago, I guess you'll partner up with Vecchio? That's okay, because he's a good guy. You worked with him for a while.
You know, Ray, my father and Buck Frobisher were partners for more than 20 years. Their territory is thousands of miles. Sometimes they wouldn't see each other for months. But no matter how far apart they were, they always knew that they were partners.
I'm not sure if you...
Fraser?
Duty.
Barks.
I've been thinking about the matter of our transfer. You know, I look out into this cold, barren, empty landscape where any mistake could be your last. where you're surrounded by endless miles of silence, with only yourself for company, and I can't think of a life less appealing. But obviously, it is where you belong.
Yes, sir, I think it is.
So then this could be our...
Possibly.
Then maybe we should...
They have called this day the 11th of March. And whomsoever of you gets through this day, unless you are shot in the head or somehow slain, you will stand at tiptoe whene'er you hear the name again, and you will get excited at the name March the 11th. We happy few, we band of brothers. Our names will be as like household names. And those who are not here, be they sleeping or doing something else, they will feel themselves sort of crappy because they are not here to join the fight on this day, the 11th of March. Move out.
Go. I've sent for reinforcements, sir, just in case.
Good thinking, Frazier.
We're gonna get him, Caroline. Promise you. Promise.
Look, you're making me dizzy.
You're making me dizzy.
You know, it's the not knowing that's making me crazy.
Now, knowing those two, they could be standing in the middle of a frozen lake right now staring at a map.
You sure this is the place?
Well, these are the coordinates. 125 degrees west by 70 degrees north.
What the hell was that?
That's just the ice cracking beneath us.
Ice cracking?
That's not uncommon, Ray. It's caused by the ebb and flow. This is a fjord that opens out to the sea.
Why the hell would he want to meet here in the first place? I mean, why wouldn't he want to deliver his guns in the warmth and safety of any American city?
Hey, fella.
Buck. Bob, wondering where you've been. You look a little pale.
I'm still dead.
Yes, well, I'm having a hard time believing that.
Well, there you are then.
Here's another story. With my regrets, we'll get Muldoon for Caroline. For Caroline.
Oh, forgot.
Trouble. What? Great Scott. Warm up! Warm up! Husband your ammunition! Shoot to kill! Or if not, at least to hurt them enough so they'll give themselves up!
Is that normal? It's perfectly natural, Ray. You see, the movement of the sea under the ice causes it to heave and crack.
Hold on!
Well, let's proceed to answer our questions, Ray. It would appear that Mr. Muldoon is delivering a Delta-class nuclear Russian submarine to Mr. Cyrus Bull.
Retreat and reform!
What would Bull want with a nuclear sub?
Hold the planet to ransom, I should imagine.
firefight, but we have plenty of moose hawk on the sled. That's a plus.
We're gonna need those reinforcements! All right! Let's kill us some mounties! Fire!
I didn't to die!
Hang on, my God!
It's the reinforcements!
Go, 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 go! Hey, go! Pair of mounties! It's the latest thing.
Muldoon!
Gentlemen, please hold your fire. You are surrounded. Excuse me, please,
Drop
sir.
your pistol. Spy! Stop! Spy! Damn you!
Move it. Thank you, sir.
Memo to myself. Never try to raise an army of liberation out of a bunch of potato farmers from Idaho.
Wish me luck.
That you don't need.
It's the end of the road, Muldoon. Looks like you picked up your dad's DNA for determination. Like I was saying, you don't quit very easily. I don't give up ever. Well, I would consider that a character flaw if I were you, because I'm now gonna have to kill you with my bare hands.
You won't be doing any more killing.
Who said that?
Remember back 29 years. 6 Mile Canyon.
Bob Frazier? You were shot. You're dead.
So are you.
Oh, no. This can't be real.
It's real enough.
How could he see you?
Because I want him to. You cross a Mountie, he'll hunt you to the grave. He'll hunt you from beyond the grave.
Dad, stop. This was wrong 29 years ago. And it's wrong now.
And what am I doing here, son?
I think you've been given a chance to try and get it right.
Will you take him in?
Oh, yes.
There is one thing I'd like to do.
And what would that be?
I don't know why anyone ever does that. Lord, that hurts. What?
You're fading.
I've solved my last crime. I caught my last man. No reason to hang around.
Should I thought you were permanent.
Oh, son. Nothing's permanent.
tangled in these silhouettes, floating face down in a river of regrets, and thoughts of you.
Life continues. Detectives Jack Huey and Thomas Dewey realized their dream of the one-liner.
So what do you call a fish with no eyes?
And their comedy club played to marginal houses for a long time. Constable Turnbull decided to run for public office.
Hello.
But his campaign got off to a rocky start when he was run over by his campaign bus. My old partner, Ray Vecchio, did indeed cough up a golden bullet. And he and Stella moved to Florida, where they opened up a bowling alley. Francesca Vecchio made the cover of Life magazine with a record 6 immaculate conceptions. And she loved her babies as though they were her own.
Does anyone have the answer?
Lieutenant Welsh stayed behind his desk, because that was where he belonged.
And now for international news.
Inspector Thatcher transferred to the Canadian Security Intelligence Service, where she was instrumental in the destabilization and overthrow of several world dictators.
The Ice Queen.
And as for Ray, or should I say Stanley Kowalski, Sergeant Frobisher geared us up with tack and tallow, and led by Diefenbaker, we set off, Ray and I. We set off on an adventure. And when we looked below, he saluted.
Godspeed, Benton.
Sergeant Frobisher saluted, and I saluted back. Then off we went, to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea. And if we do find his hand, the reaching out one, we'll let you know.
Through a land so wide and savage, and make a northwest passage to the sea. For just one time, I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea. Tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea.